Hello everyone, my name is Samik and welcome to my channel Virtually Real Thoughts. Today we're going to react and give my initial thoughts on the first trailer for the movie Matrix Resurrections. So this is supposed to be the fourth installment in the series. And there is pretty much almost a decade, more than a decade long gap between the third installment, the initial trilogy, and this new one. And I believe they're starting a new series over here, a new trilogy of sorts. So a little background on what the Matrix trilogy, the original one, was all about. The Matrix trilogy, when it came out, the first Matrix movie especially was revolutionary in many ways. They brought about revolution in the visual effects technologies. They created new camera systems for the slow motions in the movie. It was one of the biggest movies came out at that time. They pretty much changed the genre of superhero movies at that time. They also brought about the concept that we are all living in a simulation world. Machines have taken over the world and they're using humans as batteries, and we are all living inside a shared consciousness, a shared dream world, which we call and see and feel as our reality all around us. So this has spawned many theories, many cults over the years. There are no limitations to fan theories as well as official lore and background to how this all started, what the world's status is. There are so many anime that came out after that. The concept of Matrix was not new, but it is the movie that brought this out to the mainstream audience and gave it a worldwide recognition that this kind of thing can exist. So with all that out of the way, let's look into the trailer for the new movie and see in which direction this story is taken by the Wachowskis. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, they seem to be back in the Matrix.
You seem particularly
with,
triggered
Black
right
Cat.
now. Can you tell me what happened?
I've had dreams that weren't just
Okay,
dreams.
it's Nicolas Cage thinking of the first movies, maybe.
Am I crazy?
Neil
We don't use
Patrick
that word in
Harris
here.
as a psychiatrist. San Francisco, I guess. He thinks he's going crazy. Okay, so they meet Neo and Trinity, but they don't recognize each other,
One pill makes you larger,
and everyone takes a blue pill every day.
makes you small, and the ones that mother
Okay,
gives
they
you
seem to be
don't do anything.
commenting on the current world where people are addicted to the books. Alice in Wonderland, that has a lot of references to the main movies. Red Pill and Blue Pill. That was not Lawrence Fishburne, but looked like Morpheus.
If you want the truth, Neo, you're
Okay,
going to have to follow me.
seems to be following the story structure of the first movie,
The only thing that matters to you is still here. I know it's why
but
you're still fighting
also has
and why you will never give up.
story remnants that shows that it's a future.
No?
Okay, so he already has his powers in the simulation world. The machine world is still out there intact. Okay, agents are still there. Okay, they're showing the doors from the Keymaker sequence, I guess. Morpheus waking up. Okay, some good hallway action sequence. More corridor action sequence. Bending rockets.
After all these years, to be going back to where it all started. Back to the Matrix.
Alright, so that gives a lot to think about. Actually, it's got a lot of information in there and also not a lot. Okay, coming out in December. Okay, so I need a minute to digest all that. Okay, so now that I have gathered my thoughts on the trailer, a few things that come into the mind. The first thing that jumps out, that the cast has come back. Neo and Trinity and Morpheus seems to be back, but the actor who is playing Morpheus is not Lawrence Fishburne. I don't know the name of the actor, but I've seen him in a few places. He is doing fine, but again raises the question: how are Neo and Trinity older, and Morpheus is now much younger than them when it was reversed in the previous movies? He still seems to be following the same role as to he's guiding Neo out of the simulation, but we also see a sequence where a small bit that Morpheus himself is waking up from the dream, or he's realizing about the window portals. So yeah, a lot of new questions over there. Okay, so the next thing to point out is that the scenes seem a lot familiar with the first Matrix. There is a hallway fight sequence, there is a corridor fight sequence, then there is the subway station fight sequence, then there is the sequence on top of a building where with some helicopters. Also the following the white rabbit, here it's a blue rabbit. So there is a lot of sequence similarities that comes with the first movie and this one. Maybe they're going by the more nostalgic route, but I have to say that they are also acknowledging that this is not his first time. He already has some powers, as well as he has some recollection of Trinity. So that leads me to my next point. This is a bit of a spoiler that in the third movie Trinity and Neo actually die. So I'm wondering, like, if this is going to be a next reincarnation of the Matrix, like the machines rebooted the system and this is actually the next version of the machine. I know in the Matrix lore out there, this is like sixth or seventh reincarnation. There is a very boring architect scene in the second movie which gives you more details on it. He's sort of the savior of the world, and this Neo is supposed to be the next version. It's just speculation on my part. I don't know what's real or not, but it's interesting, like how they are going to bring them back, what kind of story tropes they are going to bring in. And the final thought, Neo and Trinity look good. Like, they're more than a decade older than they were, but they are still bringing the goods. There is a good amount of action in there. Of course, I'm hoping there is a lot more in the movie and they're not showing everything here, but yes, definitely already in the first trailer we're seeing glimpses of a lot of action in there. So that's about it for my initial thoughts. So I'm really excited and looking forward to future trailers for this movie. They will definitely have some more before the movie comes out at Christmas. This seems to become like a must watch now, for me at least. I don't know about the others who have not seen the initial Matrix movies, but for me, definitely I'm going to watch this in theaters. So that's about it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.